Alrighty, welcome back to the House Business Podcast. So we're following a trend here on the House Business Podcast. You guys are meeting the guests for the very first time as well as me. Connected with James over Instagram. Instantly liked what he was doing. I think he's very modern in his approach and what he's doing in his business journey. And actually, this is the first person I'm meeting that is a Google Ads specialist. So you see Google Ads all the time. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it. All of my businesses, everything that we've done in the past, we've never used Google Ads. So I think today is a really good opportunity to understand how Google Ads work, what are Google Ads, how you can maximize it for your business, but also wanted to ask James about his business journey and how he got into it and how he's thriving so well here in the heart of Cronulla. So James, welcome to the How's Business Podcast.
Trav, thanks for having me, bro.
First things first, how's business?
Lately, really good. Last 2 months, we've probably had our strongest 2 months ever since I started posting a little bit more social on social media by making reels and doing that little bit extra. It's really helped my business grow. 95% of our traffic, what was coming through, was from Google Ads. We're running towards landing pages and getting clients for Google Ads. But since we've changed it to also doing since we also have been doing the social media, we've seen some really big growth through that as well for the Google Ad space.
Amazing. So take me back. What made you get into the space? How did you start your business?
So 3 years ago, I was watching this guy called Gadzi, and he was doing Facebook ads. I'm pretty sure everyone here has heard of him before. Yeah. I was like, this is a cool thing. But in the Sutherland Shire, there was a lot of people doing social media, as in like social media marketing and Facebook ads. There was a close friend of mine called Tom. He owns a Range Rover mechanic, and he was doing the Google ads, but he wasn't getting results he wants. So I said, bro, give me the account, I'll manage it for free and I'll learn it. And from there, I started managing his one. And then his friends also wanted their Google Ads managed as well. And then from there, we kind of built off like a little pool of Google Ads clients, doing a small retainer, only doing service-based businesses as well, mainly doing it for lead generation. Yeah. And the biggest problem I saw with the Google Ads, everyone thinks most of the time it's for Google Ads what is going wrong. A lot of the problem can be from the website or the landing page, because your Google Ads obviously have to go somewhere. And then what I saw, a lot of people are running Google Ads to a crappy landing page. So from there, I've kind of taken that whole strategy from Google Ads to landing page and built it out that way for the service-based businesses. And that's where it kind of grew. And from there, 3 years later, we do all type of businesses.
So talk me through, where am I right now? Well, is this your office? Like, tell me about the name, everything like that.
So it's called Lead Agency because of lead generation agency. I kind of came up with that one. I thought it was quite smart. But it was taken, so I spelled it L-E-E-D, agency, kind of put a bit of a Cronulla swing to it. At the moment, we're at my new office. I've been here for about 6 months now in the heart of Cronulla Mall. I don't think it gets much better than that. And it's built fully out of metal containers.
Yeah, this place is sick.
Super
All right,
cool.
So let's get straight into it. Being that this is a business owners podcast, we can get straight into the nitty gritty of it.
Let's do it.
The difference between Facebook ads and Google ads. It's plain as you can.
Facebook ads, cold market, creative. Google ads, hot market, lead generation, e-commerce businesses.
What's the difference between cold and hot market?
So if you're using Facebook ads, what you're really trying to do is capture people who have never seen you before. The best way I like to explain it, if I'm talking to a new customer, I go, let's say I sell Nike shoes. When I type up Nike shoes online, where most people go to buy their stuff, they don't buy it off Instagram. Rarely. Most women and other stuff do like to buy it on social media. Most male market is more of a hot market. What I like to say, if you want to sell Nike shoes, what you need to be, you got to be in the Google search bar at the top and the Google shopping bar. Nike shoes, you price yours right, you'll get heaps of sales that way. So I like to call it a hot market, but people are already halfway there looking to buy or looking to search. And all you're doing is making sure you're at the top and you're ready to play.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that comes into like ranking and things like that.
100%.
Can you explain Google rankings to me?
So with Google rankings, you set up a daily budget. The best way to explain it, this is normally more of a search thingy, not really a lead gen, not really an e-commerce side of it. For lead gen, what you need to do, so campaign, we'll just do it from start to finish. I reckon that would be the best way to explain it. You build out your headlines, you build out your descriptions. You also choose your keywords. The best way to use your keywords, I like to do phrase match. The difference between phrase match, broad match, and exact match is free. Exact match, if a two quotes like this, Broad match is a tool like this, and then phrase match is a tool there, then broad match is the full wide range of keywords. I only use phrase match for all my search campaigns. So if people, for example, like we were talking before, a Range Rover mechanic, if someone types up Range Rover specialist Sutherland Shire, we want to be directly at the top of the Google search. And also another big key point is the Google My Business profiles on the Google Maps. We also want to be targeting there by adding that in the assets.
Okay, cool. So when should a business start focusing on Google Ads? Because it is pretty scary. It's a new sort of way of advertising for most people, especially service-based that are used to like letter drops and things like that.
Yep.
How do they get started?
If you're a service-based business, the first thing you're going to need is a website to run all of your traffic to. You can either have a website or a landing page. A landing page is a simple one-page website built out on that offer you're specifically doing with a lot of call to actions being, CTAs being call to actions, making sure people can submit their lead form or phone you whenever they can. And I would recommend setting it up. You don't have to blow the budget straight away to get results. Some of my clients like Deck Tech, Roofing and the rest, they're spending $15 a day with an average cost per click of $2. So they're getting enough clicks where it's affordable and enough leads. Let's say you're a small service-based business and you need 4 to 5 new roof inquiries a week. We can set up, and that's where you're getting organically. You can set up a Google Ads campaign with a budget of about $550, not including retainer. A lot of Google Ads agencies will obviously charge a retainer on top of that. Just in ad spend, if you spend $550, you can see about 10 to 15 new leads coming through. And then from there, that's your job as a business owner to lock those leads up.
James, can you run me through how a Google business page works? Like, so you've got to set up your Google page. How does a business start their Google page from the top?
So, talking about getting into Google Ads, what I'd recommend, website, 100% first. You need a website to run your traffic to. I'm talking specifically in service-based businesses now. Next, we'll talk about what we'll do for an e-commerce space. For service-based businesses, you need a website or a landing page with a lot to call to actions, just so people can submit their lead forms or phone you wherever they can. After that, I'd recommend finding some keywords about your business where you really want to show up and be super positive in. Let's talk. I'm going to give some examples to make it easy for your audience out there. A Range Rover mechanic. What you would do, you'd make keywords around Range Rover specialist, Range Rover maintenance, Range Rover Sutherland Shire, if you're a Sutherland Shire based business, of course. And from there, you use those keywords and you come up with good call to action headlines and descriptions saying 50% off your first service, or just something. I'm just brainstorming off of my top of my head here. Something around that, what would really help bring in colder traffic to your business. And then from there, we do top of funnel Google Ads in the top of a search. We'll also do the Google My Business page. Every business has a Google My Business page. If you don't, get one right away. And we also, in the Google My Business section, we also do a sponsored ad there, because a lot of people aren't going to click on the actual website links. They go straight to the Google My Business page, find the most reputable business in their local area and go with that. So if you're the most reputable at the very top as a sponsored ad, you're going to get a lot of traffic from that, and you don't have to blow budgets. You can set it around $15 a day and get leads in that way nice and quick.
Example number one, say I'm a cafe. Okay, what type of keywords would I have to be looking for to put into my Google page?
So cafe, super hard one. I like how you started on that, because if you're a cafe and people are charging you a huge retainer or telling you have to spend a shit ton of money on, can I swear?
Yeah.
Oh, if they're telling you to spend a shit ton of money on ads, do not do Google Ads, because it is not needed. With cafes, you need a really good landing page. And I don't even reckon Google search, as in I'm talking about the Google search at the very top, like keywords, like 50% off your first coffee. None of that will work. We're talking cafes. Google My Business, that little profile section there, will be your best friend. If you have rent, like we're talking Sydney, and we've got people coming up from Melbourne, they're in the CBD, they're looking for a coffee shop and they're near it, no one's going to go to the website links. They're going to go to the Google My Business page. Make sure your Google My Business page has all of the stuff filled out: Instagram links, Facebook links, photo gallery, especially videos, a really good description about the coffee shop, happy people sitting around the coffee shop smiling. If you run a sponsored ad towards that instead of the Google search at the very top, I think you'll do a billion times better than paying a agency fee, a Google Ads management fee, a massive spend on ads to do it that way. That's how I would do it if I had a personal coffee shop. I would scrap the whole search and I'll go straight to making my Google My Business and Google My Business ads my key target.
What made you want to start a business?
That's a good question. When I was a young boy, I've always wanted to own a business, and I've always loved cars. So at the very start, I actually did start a little car agency. Yeah, so we used to help people buy and sell cars. So that's how I learned Google ads really from that as well. Because we were running Google ads, Facebook ads. I was never good at them. I was horrible at the Google ads at the start. But then from there, we turned it into a little car dealership in the Sutherland Shire as well. Once I exited that, I went back to kind of like the online space. So I really enjoyed building out websites when I was doing this. And then that's how I met the Rover X mechanic as well, to give him my first Google ads account. And then from there, just kind of went client. And yeah, I was 18 when I started that car dealership to now. So I've been in business for like a long time for a young boy.
You enjoy the things that most people do not enjoy.
I love it. It's the best.
Website development and Google ads and traffic.
If you do it right, it can be really enjoyable. That's why I enjoy it. So put it this way, when a campaign's not working in an e-commerce space, let's say it's not a sale period and it's a bit of a downtime, it's probably not my favorite job, but when I see other people making money from the ads I created, it is hands down the best feeling in the world. Like, I can't explain it. When I see a dashboard and it's like 10K today in online sales, $20,000 another one, and I know like I set up those campaigns, I help build those websites, and now these businesses are making money. You got to be, it's a good feeling for the heart.
Yeah. That's similar to what I'm getting with this podcast. Like, getting random business owners recognition, traffic, sort of getting their name out there. It's really rewarding, and I think your space is very similar, very rewarding.
Yeah.
How long you been in business now?
I'm 24 now. Started when I was 18, so 6 years.
6 years, okay. First things first, run me through that first year of business where you're trying to get work, you're figuring out like how money comes in, how money comes out, tax, things like that.
Don't know if I want to incriminate myself on a podcast, but I didn't pay tax for the first 2 years, so I didn't know anything about it. I remember I checked the ATO and I got 2 fines. I was like, how did I get fined? I don't pay tax. And then I saw that and I was like, oh my God, I got fined because I didn't pay tax. So that was like a bit of a lesson. And then from there, I had to learn it all. Like, I pretty much did it, everyone like learns it forward. I feel like I did the whole thing backwards because I started so young. But I've always just had like this drive in me where I've always just wanted to like make money. That's why I think I like Google Ads so much, because now I'm making other people money at the same time. But the first years were rough, especially when we got into the car dealership phase. It went really well because this is during COVID time as well. Where like, remember how everyone was getting the $700 a week just to like live at home? So a lot of people, instead of doing holidays, were getting cars and stuff. So it went really, really well. And then I was loving that. And then when the COVID kind of stopped and people could travel again, it started going downhill. So that was my first experience of like when business can rise and really fall. And then I also had like rent at the time and a couple other things. So I kind of just burnt myself completely dry. And then from there, I got into the Google ad space, and being retainer based as well, it feels like that was a really big and cool step from going like bank account going bang, 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 as it does in like most businesses, to kind of having like a bit of a steady grow. And now with the websites as well, it's the best feeling in the world. So that's the best way I can explain it.
You got into business really young, similar to me.
Yeah.
You're probably like me. You see everyone go to uni when you're 18, and they're doing the conventional way. Yeah, they're doing it the conventional way, and you're sort of thinking, no, I've got this. Like, I know what I'm doing is the right thing to do. You're 24 now, so people are going to start finishing uni, and they're going to start realizing quick, like, oh shit, like. For most, it's okay, but for half, it's like, crap, I just wasted 4 or 5 years of my life. James is here, like, already set up his business, because it does take 3 or 4 years to really solidify yourself as a business owner. I guess, did you feel lonely in that 18 to 22-year-old phase where people are going out, studying, having a good time, and you're building your business?
With the car dealership, with the marketing, with the car dealership, no, because I still used to go out and go to work because it was COVID. Oh, wait, no. At the start of COVID, I was literally like locked in a room and I was just selling cars out front of my house. But after that, started making a little bit of money. I used to party a little bit harder than I probably should as a young age. But it was good fun. But going from tradition of car dealership, making good money, to going to nothing, and then trying to grow lead agency, that was like the weirdest feeling in the world, because I used to be like on a fair bit of a high, being young, making money, driving like all these cool cars and stuff. It was awesome. And then going towards marketing and doing a fully different role, I felt kind of like an imposter at the start, because I did know what I was doing with Google ads, but I was starting to get retainers and bigger clients. I was like, oh my God, I'm just a young kid taking on like a bigger client now when I've just been doing your local mechanics and all the rest. I had a really weird like imposter syndrome feeling for about probably a solid 6 to 12 months while that was going on. But after that, I feel like I've just mellowed out a little bit and I really enjoy the work now.
In terms of those around you, did you always have a lot of support around you when you wanted to start a business? Or like most people, did you have some people saying, maybe you should look at something else?
Oh, my parents, that's it. It all comes down to them. They're really easy on us. Like, in the way I've been like, they didn't care if we go to uni. They say they cared if we got results at school. Well, I was naughty at school. They didn't care at all. But so I kind of just did it all on my own. I've always wanted to be a business owner. But so when I told them, like, I'm going to go start a car dealership, I'm going to do lead agency now, they kind of just knew I'd figure it out and do it well, because I feel like I got a bit lucky at a young age that I did kind of well with a car dealership at the start. I've kind of always had this trust in myself where like, I'll figure it out. It will work. Yeah. So I haven't really had any pushback or anything where saying they're like, no, you should go to uni or anything like that. I think I got really lucky being in a situation where they kind of let me do just whatever I want. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you're in the ad agency space. You're running in Cronulla. You're at the stage where you're starting to hire.
Yes,
So
I'm glad we're getting into this.
What was it like? What was your first hire like? When did you make the decision? So this is good for other business owners out there, myself included. You're service based for so long.
Yeah.
You do everything yourself for so long.
Yeah.
When was the switching point to be like, I need someone?
The switching point was as soon as I wasn't meeting deadlines with website design. Google Ads, it's so hard to teach someone Google Ads in 6 months, because yes, you can publish a campaign and let it go. Anyone can do that. But to actually understand the fundamentals, and when a client asks you a question, hey, why do we have a dip in ROAS? Or something like, hey, why was last month better than this month? Or why is our cost per conversion so high? Let's say they got a cost per conversion of $80 and they only got 4 campaigns running. And they go, oh, I don't know. You need to know like why are people going on a landing page? I even have a request a quote form on websites, and then I also have a contact at the bottom. I have 2 separate conversion trackings for each. So if I know if someone hit the contact form at the bottom or they went through to request a quote form. So it's kind of, I do everything Google Ads wise myself, but if you're doing 2 sides of business like I do with website design and Google Ads, and I was getting too busy to run the websites and do the Google Ads at the same time, I decided to hire. Hiring is so weird. You're going to go through a lot of people. People say don't hire your friends. I had my last car dealership at the very end with a business partner. It didn't end up going well. As I said, COVID hit, everything, people started going on holidays, all went downhill, money went missing, blah, blah. So I was very, very particular about having a business partner, but hiring.
That was a friend?
That was a friend.
Yeah. It happens then.
I know. It's tough, eh? I was very particular. I was like, I don't want to hire friends, but also I don't want to hire complete randoms, because if you hire complete randoms, then you got to meet them and everyone's perfect at the start. Yeah. 6 months later, then you go, oh, this guy's not as good as he said he was, or he's not as good as I really want him to. So I got very fortunate. My girlfriend's best friend left uni and she wanted to come work for me. And then the sad thing is she spent 4 years doing a marketing degree at uni. What she does with me now, not one thing she learned at uni is important to what we do at like a proper agency, making other businesses money. Like one of the most important things in marketing, make money for businesses. She learned absolutely nothing there about it. So I got really lucky with her. She works with me and I'm helping her start her own little agency at the moment as well. So she subcontracts to me, does 2-3 days full up with me. And then I'm also helping her grow her own little thing. She's not massively into building the websites like I am. So she does that. And then she's also trying to build out content. Yeah. And I recently needed someone to help me. I wanted to make our websites better. So I thought, I don't want to hire someone I got to teach. I want to hire someone who knows something more than me in a different space. He's a graphic designer and also a website designer. That's what I mean. I got unlucky so far, but I was like very adamant from having the past business with a business partner. I was like, I don't just want to hire randoms. So I got him now, and our websites we do are so good because I've got the graphic design element to it. I've got my brain to it as well with like conversions and Google Ads. And we can just make something really, really amazing with a website, what goes so well for Google Ads and lead generation. I kind of went off topic about the hiring side of it.
How are you structuring it? Are you subcontracting or are they hired under the company?
Hired under the company.
Yeah, so super, tax, everything, payroll, everything like that.
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't like it, but it's being a business owner, isn't it?
It's a necessary part of business. Okay, cool. So you're starting to scale now, which is exciting.
Yeah.
How are you finding that process of scaling?
Easy. It's my job to scale other businesses, so scaling mine's like quite easy. I know most people say, yeah, it's hard, but for me, I don't want to say it like it's easy, but I know all the systems I've done for all these other businesses, so all I do, I just implement one of them into mine. At the moment, I'm running Google Ads in the Sutherland Shire. We have a really good campaign out for website design. If you guys don't know this, a cost per click for Google Ads agencies is $60. Think how high that is, cost per click. So if I do a keyword of Google Ads agency, my cost per click is $60. So I have to spend like $1,000 a day to make it worthwhile. I know you're shocked, eh? I know. So I feel like I'm giving out free sauce here to these other marketing agencies, but I'm going to do it. What I've done, I've started new business website design or new business ideas, and I do it that way. And from there, top of funnel, hey, I need a website. Yeah. If I need a website, it's a new business. They're going to need marketing as well. So that's how I build out our funnel. So I've got 3 funnels. I've got funnel 1, Google Ads new business. Funnel 2 for higher paying Google Ads clients. I've got the funnel 2 like this. And that is with Facebook ads, Meta ads, doing all the Instagram, and also me making
Meta ads too?
Yes.
Okay.
Getting into it recently. I've only been doing it for a month now just to try to get some of those bigger high ticket clients in. But it seems to be working well. But with Meta ads as well, it's all about creative. I'm sure every business owner out here trying it. So I've kind of tried to make my Instagram a bit more of an information page. And then through the information I'm giving out with what I've done with all my other e-commerce clients, we're making reels on that. And that seems to be working well for us to lock in more high ticket e-commerce clients as well without blowing budgets of like $60 cost per click. And that's the 2 funnels I'm running at the top to bring them in down at the bottom.
So my next question on that is, when did you land your first client where you were like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for? What space was it in? And what was it like receiving that first sort of payment?
Bro, that is such a good... Oh, I could go on about this for ages. So my first client was Tommy, the Rover X one I was telling you about before. We've been working together for 3 years now. Like we're like generally close friends from working together. And then from there, that gave me the confidence. I was like, oh my God, this Google Ads stuff is real. And then from there, I had another friend who was in the e-commerce space. I did his for free just to like, you know, when you're really just trying to build a brand and you're like, I know I'm going to be good at this. If I do it for free, everything will come back. I did it for free and he was really impressed with his results. And then I got my first, now it's like a pretty normal retainer, like most of the clients are paying something like this, but I remember when I got that first retainer, most of my retainers are around 600 back then we got a couple at 900 and I was like, I'm going to shoot for the stars. This is a big e-commerce client, and I said 2-2, and when I was up in Byron at the time, and I remember, oh my God, I remember like it was yesterday, I have a Google meeting, I sent the email saying I'm happy to do 2-2. And then I was like so nervous because like I didn't have many at the time. This was probably like my 8th client on Google Ads. So I went for a surf. And then I was like, just to get my head off it. Otherwise I would have been buzzing around the office or buzzing around. I was at home at the time. So buzzing around at home all the time. And I was like, okay, I went for a surf. I came in and I checked my phone. I got the email saying, hey, James, we're happy to go ahead. And I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I got my first big client. And then from there today, so that would have been because that would have been probably 2.5 years ago. I'm still working with that client today, and we're a big client in the clothing space for women.
That is sick.
Sick,
Yeah.
I know.
So how does a marketing? Would you say it's a marketing agency? No.
I would more call it is under the umbrella. It is a marketing agency, of course, but we only do 2 sides of a business. Google Ads website, and that is it. Like we don't do Instagram posts, Facebook ads. So I'd call it more of a lead generation agency, but like if I was building a website, it's a marketing agency for paid media.
So run through someone new to the space. How does a lead agency make their money?
How does a lead agency make their money? So retainers. Of course. Retainers. Yeah, retainers. You need Google Ads retainers. You need retainers, clients paying you retainers. You can do one-off fees, but it won't work because you've got to work on it day in, day out. If you're not checking your clients, if you're in the Google Ads space, if you're not checking your client's Google Ads account, I'm not saying working on their account, but if you're not checking it every single day, you're going to fail because Google sometimes doesn't tell you if their card declines. I've had this problem once and I'll never do it ever again. It was a Saturday, it was a sale weekend, and then that Friday night, their card declined because I had an Amex and they spent their daily limit. I didn't check it to the Monday morning when I got to the office. This is a huge client and they lost about $46,000 in online sales just from that weekend. So as I say to every agency, and if I hire anyone, you got to check your client stuff. And I have a lot of other marketing agencies reaching out, hey James, how do you do it? Like, I check my client stuff. I make relationships with my client. So first things first, you need retainers. Secondly, you actually got to be friends or put a lot of effort in with your clients if you want to work with them long term. For me, I have no lock-in contract. If you're not as good as your job or you're not feeling as confident, probably a lock-in contract would be better for you so you can keep it longer. If you're really confident and you know what you're doing, I don't need a contract. They always end up staying. And then also, if you do a contract, you don't have to say, hey, our 3-month contract's over. Do you want to do it again? It just rolls on and on and on for years. So that's how I do it. But if you're looking to start a Google Ads agency similar to mine, first thing you got to do, start small, go to businesses in the lead generation space, learn Google Ads. Don't sell something you don't know, because it's going to make everyone else in the Google Ads space look bad as well. Don't go around just getting retainers and not talking to your clients. Build a relationship with your clients. That's second to foremost if you want to go well in business. You'd get it. You need to have relationships with everyone in business. It's very important. And from there, just be a good guy and just do the right thing and treat your clients well, and you'll go very, very far in paid media.
So you've got a retainer.
Yes.
How does it work with the budget of the actual ads? Where does that come into it?
So, depending on what type of service they're in, it goes different for small service-based businesses, medium service-based businesses, and then I have e-commerce. Retainers go anywhere between 250 to 500, depending on businesses. You know, there's some businesses out there, single person, just wanted to get a couple leads. I work with a guy who paints concrete driveways, and he gets like a shit ton of leads. It's so surprising. So I charge him $550 a month. He spends $550 on ads.
Extra.
Yes, so the ad spend, I do not take the ad spend myself. I set it up to their preferred bank card. It's just so much more transparent. Yeah. I don't want to be known for managing their money and all the rest. You manage your money. I am strictly just paid to manage the ads.
Advise them how much to spend, things like that?
100%. So the first thing I do, I go through the Google and I see how much these keywords are going to cost. So let's say the keywords are coming in at $1. Perfect. We only have to spend $15 a day and we're going to get about 15 clicks.
Let me stop you there.
Yep.
How do you know it's $15 a day? Is there like a testing period?
No, so I set the daily budget through Google Ads. Yeah, so at the very end of the campaign setup, you got to choose your daily budget. Google will recommend you spend 68. I will recommend you spend 15. You do not have to spend that much money. But yeah, so what I do, so let's say it's the concreting company who are painting the driveway. So the driveway painting company, their cost per click was coming in at $1. So they're only spending $15 a day. I'm also working with a roofer. His cost per click is coming in at $5.80. So I recommended him to spend $30 a day to make sure he gets enough clicks. But for most, you got to have a good website, because all of the traffic, no matter how much you're spending, every single click is a real person looking for your type of service. They're typing up roofers near me, or how to get my driveway concrete. Sorry, oh my God, that's the worst example. How to get like Range Rover mechanics, or like driveway sealant. That's what it is, driveway sealant. So if your website's good, you're going to get a much higher conversion rate. So the goal is to get good amount of clicks, but it's not going to happen. You're not going to convert every single click, but to convert as many clicks as possible. And by doing that, is having a bang on website. So my normal conversion rate, every 10 clicks is normally a conversion. And I feel like that's a very, very decent rate. And if it's not that, I have a look for the Google Ads account. And I go, okay, then is there some keywords which aren't performing as well as others? And I'll pause them for lead generation. Or sometimes if there's getting 20 to 30 clicks and no leads and the keywords are fine, it's a straight up website problem.
Can you explain to me and the listeners out there, if I put $200 on lead generation for Google Ads and $200 for lead generation on Facebook, am I going to get the same results in 2025?
Two totally different platforms, two totally different markets. So you might get a couple more leads through Facebook. I'm not going to lie, because I am doing both myself at the moment. Yeah. The closing time on both of those, I'm talking from personal experience on mine. I don't manage my other clients' Facebook ads, so I'm just going to talk from probably myself. The clients will come through Facebook are cold. They don't know me. They don't know me as well. They're looking, I'm looking to do Google ads. I thought about it here and there. I'll let you know, more like that. When I get a lead come through Google ads, they are already typed up website designers Sutherland Shire. They saw my website. They loved it. They're already wanting a website. That's why they're typing it up. Website designers Sutherland Shire. It's not a random person like just seeing my ad and I'm like, oh, like maybe I want a website. I don't know. I'll inquire. It's hot traffic. Yeah. So most of my I reckon like most of my leads, I would say 7 out of 10 I will convert. The other 3, which come through Google Ads, is 95% of the time because of price. Like, they just didn't have that type of budget or weren't looking to spend that type of much. Facebook side of it, it's normally a 1 month from lead to close time.
I have found that too.
Do you get it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Where I wanted to ask you next is, my wife, my brothers, myself, we're all in the e-commerce space.
Yes.
How does the e-commerce space differ from the service-based space when it comes to Google Ads?
So, I love this question. I like how I look at it in my brain with Google Ads, because I only do the 2. I do service-based and e-commerce. I like to split them up in half completely. What you do for service-based is nothing like what you're going to do for e-commerce. These days of e-commerce, if you're at home, go through your ad account. If your agency are running predominantly shopping ads, they're a dinosaur. The PMAX campaign is hands down the most important campaign for e-commerce businesses. How I like to set it up. Are we talking Shopify? Most of your... Perfect. So Shopify, as you know, it integrates with Google automatically with the Google and YouTube app. Make sure your merchant center is 100% on point. If it's not, I would recommend hiring someone or just even getting like a merchant center fixer if you can find them somewhere, just to make sure your merchant center is 100%. That will be foremost one of the most important things. And the best way to set it up, if we're talking about doing a brand new account and you're just getting into it, the first thing I would do, I would make a search campaign with the keywords I'm looking to target and I want my stuff to show up in. Let's say a company I work with are in the plant-based protein. I'll do all plant-based protein keywords. I'll do a shopping ads campaign as well, not Performance Max, Google Shopping. And then I'll go on the merchant center and I'll do plant-based protein, business name, and then a little bit about it. So whenever someone types up plant-based protein, they go to the top of the Google Shopping and we're all the way at the top there. Yes, the first month, your cost per conversion is going to be a little bit high. But once you get this data and Google goes, okay, then these are the type of people we're seeing, you can pause those campaigns, build out a Performance Max off what the Google account knows, and you can get some of the best results you can see. And I'm telling you right now, if you're getting a good ROAS through Facebook, wait until you see the ROAS you can get through a Google Ads account. On my phone, I can literally show
and this is all things that you
ROAS.
do for businesses themselves.
It's what I do every single day. At the moment, I'm doing it for 40. I got 42 clients on retainer, and I reckon about 20 of them, maybe 17 to 20, I can't know off the top of my head, would be e-commerce based.
Let's get into an example. Give us some figures.
Okay, let's do it. I'm going to go, do you want to see big spend or small spend?
Let's go small spend.
Small spend. Let's do it. I'll wait for that too.
Yeah, it's all good.
So, this is the plant-based protein client I have recently got through the ads I was running on Facebook. I feel like I'm going really hard fast. This is the best results I've ever seen. So, in the last 30 days, from no Google Ads ever done before, we've spent $9,330 on ads, and we made $222,000 in online sales with a ROAS of 2,376. That is something Facebook has never seen before.
All right, run me through how much the products cost. So, like, how much are the people spending per time that they're...
I do not have the Shopify logins, but a normal cost per product for plant-based protein supplement, we're looking at around $56. And the amount, I got it here, how many we sold online, I sold 2,480 bags of protein.
In how long?
30 days. 30 days. Swear to God. Insane, eh?
Can you say that again? I sold. So go, I sold, and tell me how much they spent on that.
I sold 2,480 bags of protein in 30 days, and I spent 9,335 in Google Ads, and I generated $222,000 in online sales. Insane, eh? Google Ads, I'm telling you, people sleep on it. Yeah, I know.
So the Google ad is quick. Take me through the client experience of that.
So this is a big account. We're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I'm on Google. I'm a client. Like what am I seeing?
You're on Google. You're a client. You're typing up plant-based protein. I reckon honestly, 80% of these sales came from a Google shopping bar at the top. People typing up plant-based protein. They're seeing our products. Something I do with my clients. I'm giving you agency owners out there, if you're listening, so much free source. Everyone has just like the normal product photos, correct? What I've done, I've changed them all to the lifestyle shots of a girl holding the protein or something a little bit different. You've got to stand out. If you go Nike Dunks right now, every single one, it's a panda Nike Dunk the whole way across. All people care about is the price.
Yeah.
So if you're not the cheapest, you've got to do something different so they click. So that's how we set up ours, even though we are very reasonably priced, which definitely helped a lot of online sales. But we also did something a little bit different to stand out from the other companies, obviously trying to compete with us.
All right, give me another one.
Okay, so that's an easy one. That's like a really good company. Do you want to hear a bit of a funny one? So this is a basketball card company I work with in Queensland. They sell basketball cards, Pokemon cards, everything else. Oh, this is actually pretty similar or almost better. So they spent $3,600 on paid ads. They got a ROAS of 4,284 and they made $110,000 in online sales. I'm going to show you. Stay, I'll show you. It's not even a joke. 3,000 spent, 110 in online sales. The results are there.
This is Shopify? This is like...
Shopify, yeah. Shopify to Google Ads.
Wow.
I know, insane, eh? So important, but people sleep on it. You don't even have to spend heaps.
So technically that person, that's 4,000 they're spending on ads, right?
Yeah, pretty much 4K.
If they put 10K, they pretty much are securing more sales, just like that.
Yeah, if they have the stock for it. That's another big thing.
Stock.
If you have the stock. Like,
all right, quick question. How does it go with international? Are you only domestic?
So, one of the companies I work with, we do US and Australia. Depending on your Shopify store, if you do have it set up with global markets, it's a pretty shitty way to do it, I believe. I would recommend building, you got your folders in Shopify, you got your Australia website and your American website.
Yeah, we have that.
Best way to do it.
Yeah.
I run separate Google Ads accounts for the separate countries.
Okay.
And then, because obviously USD, they had a USD Amex for the America, so then everything was in USD for them. Yeah. And then they have their Australia account. You can do it globally through Google Ads, of course, with one account. But with Shopify, if they're separate folders, they have separate products, so then separate Google Ads accounts as well.
Let's go with that.
Okay, here's a huge client win. This is last 30 days. This is a hard one. I'm talking female clothing, dresses selling for around $110. Saturated as. Good thing is they got a pretty good brand, so it makes my job 100 times easier. Spend a little bit more, but then again, this is clothing. Like if you were talking Facebook, they might be getting a ROAS of like a 4. Yeah. We spent $40,000 on Google Ads in the last 30 days. We've got a ROAS of 751. And we did $303,000 in online sales in the last 30 days. Last month we did 174. We had a huge jump because we had a massive intake of stock. Yeah, I know. People sleep on it. Do you know how important it is? That's what I'm trying to tell people.
That's nuts.
I know.
That's nuts. All right. Quick question for you. Amazon. If I have an Amazon store, if I have a Shopify store.
Yes.
And I use Google Ads. Is Google Ads linked to Amazon at all? Like, can you?
I don't do that personally. All of mine is strictly Google side and Shopify for e-commerce. Yes.
Okay. Have you got a service-based example?
Got some really good ones. How about we help the small guys on a little? Let's do the small guys on a little budget. Because I've got some here where I'm talking like 360 leads in the last 30 days.
Done. Do the small.
I'm going to do the small guys. So.
This is
a hometown client. I did grow up in Byron Bay. Now I live in Sydney. I should have put that in at the start, eh? It's my favourite place in the world. Lucky, I'm going up to Byron on Sunday, so I'm glad we got this podcast in just beforehand. But this, yes, I tell you what, I stay up in Bangalore.
Oh, Bangalore!
It's a shelters, 100%. But this one here is Wipeout This one here is a concreting company. They love me anyway, so it's fine. This is a concreting company up in the Northern Rivers. What target? Byron Bay, Ballina, all the way up to Tweed Heads. Yep. I brought in a Performance Max campaign because they're so happy with how it was going. We did add a little bit more budget towards it. We were only spending $15 a day, and we're seeing about 15 genuine leads coming through. If you're a concreting company and you're spending $300 on paid ads, and you're already getting a couple of like generic leads, and you're getting an extra 15 leads of like hot. Facebook's cold traffic. This is hot traffic. They're getting that, and now we've brought in a small little Performance Max campaign. In the last 30 days, we've seen 332 clicks, 32 leads submitted, 8 phone calls off $599.
That's mad.
You think about it, what I was talking about before on the pod. I said every 10 clicks, I hopefully like to get a conversion. That's a really good conversion rate. Exactly what we're seeing here. 300 clicks, 30 plus conversions.
Have you done any member based service based businesses like a gym or like anything like that?
I've got a gym here.
There you go.
Do you want to do it?
So is because the gym space is more like subscription based. I'm talking like subscription based services. Yeah. How does that work? Is it pretty much the same thing?
Set up for service-based businesses, it's always the same. It's what you write in your headlines and descriptions is the most important. I got one little secret, which is my biggest secret for Google Ads in lead generation. How important is it when you see like your local town, like Cronulla, oh sweet, this one's in Cronulla. You can use, this is such good information, why am I giving it out? There's keyword insertion, where you can dynamically, where their phone is, it will show Cronulla gym, or like Cronulla marketing agency, or if I'm in Miranda, it'll say Miranda marketing agency. That's like one of the most important things with Google Ads. Most agencies don't know it. I know it because Google Ads, been doing it for 3 years. But that's super important. So if you're in a service-based business, there's no different setup. You don't have to pay more in a management fee if they're trying to say, oh, well, this is like this, like the agency trying to charge you more. It's always the same setup for service-based businesses. It's phrase match keywords and small budget.
I definitely know we're going to be doing a lot of pods in the future together.
Love it.
I'll save on the examples. I want to ask a few questions about you.
Let's do it.
So bring that mic real close to you, bro. Let's get into it. Okay. When you're talking, you remind me of a lot of people that I know. You're literally salivating at these numbers, right? You're not doing it because it's a fad. You're not doing it because you saw someone on Instagram making money doing Google Ads. Where does the passion for Google Ads in this space come from?
I think just the fact that I know this sounds a bit weird, I just really enjoy making money and business. Like, I love business. Like, my goal is in the next 10 years, I want to be like more of a business advisor than just a marketing agency. I want to come in and I want to help businesses grow. Growth in business is hands down like one of my favorite things ever. So the fact that I can generate more leads for other people and generate more money, and like you saw my face when I was talking these numbers, I get so excited over it. I just love making money for myself, making money for business. As bad as it sounds, I like doing it for myself, and I love doing it for businesses as well. And the better results I get for other businesses is the more it helps me grow as an agency and get me to my goal in 10 to 15 years of being like a huge business advisor, where I can come into businesses and run absolutely everything for them and just be like a number one growth scaler in Australia.
What is the best piece of business advice that you have been given? And like bring that mic, bring your head close to the mic.
There's this one guy I worked with when I was at my car dealership. He's older than me. He's 30. What I respect, he does everything right the first time. Don't cut corners and be a genuine good dude. Just be a good dude. Like, being the right guy and not like stuffing people over or lying and fucking people around can get you so far. And if you can help someone, like, what annoys me in the marketing space, like, I sometimes with websites, I'll get a freelancer to jump on and do it. They're like, oh, you didn't request that, like a request page, so that's going to be an extra $40. I'm like, everything comes around and goes around. Just do the request page. Don't send an invoice for it. And then next thing you know, you build trust with that client. And then if you tell them, hey, I want to up my retainer because I reckon we should do more Performance Max and it's a lot more work for me, they're just going to automatically trust you and just go, James, you know what you're talking about. I trust you. Go ahead and do it. That's how I've built my business a lot. And what I liked about what Reece said to me, it was like, do the right thing by people and they'll do the right thing by you. And that's where I learned to not send those invoices out just for like little extra things where like every single other person would do it. I was like, I'm going to hold back. I'm just going to build a really, really good website. And another thing we do with website designers, we're not happy till you're happy. So like, we'll keep working on this project until you're like, James, I like this website. Where most other people will be like, oh, you got your free revisions, now your revision's $150.
Yeah.
So kind of like I took it my own way, what he said, but like just being a good guy and doing the right thing and doing it right is hands down the most important thing for me.
Yeah, I run a similar ethos. Like, I always say to my staff, what's the right thing to do? We had a parent come in the other day, they owed a bit of money, they just went through a divorce, things like that. What's the right thing to do? You're not going to slap him with $1,000 fee.
No.
You're going to talk to him, you're going to waive it, and you're going to tell them, we're here whenever you need us, your kid's happy to train you, you're going through a divorce. What the hell am I going to do? Like, take you to the bank and you're going through a divorce. Like, that's not the right thing to do.
But how many times have you done a good thing and then like literally that week or something later, like universe, God, like whatever, it really just brings something good for you. Like I've locked up most of my biggest clients from like just doing something for free for someone else. We're like, hey, James is a good guy. Go work with him.
Can you give me your worst ever day in business?
Worst ever day in business was definitely the first time I got my first office. So not this beautiful one here. It was a bit of a crappier one down at the end of the mall, not at the top. It wasn't expensive. It was about $2,000 a month. And I didn't have that many clients, but I really wanted to be an established business. And then I paid rent that day. And then I lost one of my biggest clients, not to the fact I wasn't doing the right job. Someone undercut me and said, we'll do it cheaper. They ended up coming back 6 months later, so it all kind of worked out. But when I had a rent come in, I didn't really have too much money, and then I lost my biggest client. It was the saddest day in my career at lead agency, for sure.
Can you give me your best ever day in business?
I honestly reckon back to the start of the pod when I locked up that massive clothing brand, I went surfing and I came in and I saw their email. There's nothing like getting your first like big whale client.
Yeah, sick. Okay, you're 24 years old.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people wanting to start a business, a lot of people just starting their business.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone?
Every single time I see business owners starting out, they have a really good idea. There was a guy I know, he started a personal training business online, and he was in the Sutherland Shire. So he had quite a target market where no one else in the Sutherland Shire was actually doing it yet. I'd like to talk in examples. I feel like it's easy for the clients to hear as well. And then he got 2 clients. He was about to get me as well, and he decided to just give up and take a job somewhere else. Stick it out. You got to stick it out. Like it took me 6 months to get like my first client, and probably 8 months to get my first big client. In that period, I was learning and just trying to lock stuff up. I was building websites of $500 just to get clients in. And as well, charge a little bit less if you're getting it to start, and tell people, like, be honest up front. They love it when you go, hey, I'm new to this. I'm going to do it cheaper for you, but I'm going to do my best possible job and stick it out. It's taken me 3 years to kind of get to where I am now with like a beautiful office, heaps of clients and staff. It doesn't happen overnight. Anyone that tells you like it can happen overnight is straight up lying to you. I've never experienced in the car dealership or the marketing agency. So at least, guys out there, give it 6 months minimum. Minimum 6 months, please.
What's the worst piece of business advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, worst piece of business advice I've ever gotten. Oh, that's a good one.
What's the one thing that like anyone steered you the wrong way, or you should have just trusted your gut?
Trying to think of an example. Worst piece of business advice. Give me yours so then I can think.
Worst piece of business advice I ever got was from my first accountant.
Yeah.
He said stay as a sole trader. When I was young, I didn't know what I was doing, racked up a whole lot of tax because I should have been in a company. I should have been paying myself a wage, should have been doing all those different types of things. And then on the back end of that, when I was talking to my new accountant I've got now, he said, what car does your first accountant drive? What clients does he have? Does he have any other business clients, or is he just doing people's retirements accounting? He said he's not servicing the people that you want to be. And then he showed me his book of people that he's servicing.
Yeah.
Millionaires, billionaires, like massive companies. I'm like, okay, I understand now.
100%.
So my whole thing is like, if you're going to get something from someone, make sure that they're either living the life you want to live, or they're surrounded by the people that you sort of want to be like.
That is such a good example. Like, I would never take advice and implement in my own business if I don't believe they're doing a better job at me than what they're doing. I'm always open to new ideas, of course. Like, how else do you grow if you're not going to learn from other people? But if I look at someone and, like, I remember a couple of days ago, this person wanted me to buy something out of their business, and just out of, like, niceness, I was like, hey, mate, I'm just not really ready at the moment. Like, it wasn't a money thing at all, but I was like, I'm just not ready. I don't want to do it. And they go, well, maybe if you're not ready, you shouldn't go out and buy a nice car. I was like, well, I'm just trying to be nice and saying, like, I don't want your services. So, like, I reckon never get too cocky in business, because, like, people just go, mate, you're a wanker. But I couldn't believe that, I thought it was like, okay. But worst thing, I reckon, like, advice from me, I'd say if you see someone and they're telling you, like, hey, don't do that or don't do this, and you wouldn't want to be in their shoes, or they don't have something you want, I just reckon take it with a grain of salt and move past it.
Move past it. Okay. Last question. Give me your ideal day in business.
Ideal day in business. Oh yeah.
Your routine. Well, what's getting your success right now?
So, a lot of people like to train in the morning. I have staff that come in at 9. I like to come to the office at about 7. Emails 7 to 7:30. Check Google Ads accounts after that. Check emails again, because normally once you reply to them, you get your replies before that. Then kind of my day-to-day now, it used to be like sitting there locking in literally just on the Google Ads. At the moment, my best day would be Amina and Bailey come in. I help Bailey get started on some websites. I help Amina with some websites as well. I get to sit down and do my Google Ads, and they're sitting next to me building websites. We're having a good time about it. If you guys ever come to the Sutherland Shire, there's a lunch spot called Barbecue. It's like nice meat, chips. It's like full proper beef they cut up. I like to go get that every single day. And then I like to go to the gym at lunchtime if I don't have any meetings. And in the afternoon, I like to set all my meetings around the afternoon for new clients. And I always like to catch up with clients as well. So even like once a week, give them a phone call, make sure they're happy, or set a Google meeting if there's anything important. And then after that, I'm a surfer. So I like to surf at after 5 once business is closed. So that's like kind of my day-to-day, probably for the last 3 months so far.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Guys, I don't know about you, but I got a wealth of knowledge from this podcast. It's funny when you put yourself out there, you sort of meet people that you wouldn't have met unless you did it, right? And me myself, I've been looking for ads myself, and I didn't even know I was looking until I started talking to you, and you start showing me numbers and the way things work. I'm like, okay, I really need to implement this into my business. So if you're a business owner, I'll leave James's details in the link below. Make sure you follow him on socials. Make sure you support his business as well, because that's what it's all about, supporting local business. But in terms of what we spoke about today, feel free to message James. I'm sure he'll give you a reply. Give him an email with any questions you might have. Don't be afraid of new spaces like Google ads and Facebook ads and things like that. And once again, my main message is, if you're a business owner, message other business owners, link up just like we're doing, learn from each other, because there's only so much you can learn from the circles you're in if you're always in the same circles. You've got to meet new people, meet new business owners, makes you think about business differently, and then you might make a decision that will change your life. So get out there, meet some new business owners. And to James, thanks so much for coming on the House Business Podcast, bro.
That was so fun.
Thank you, bro.
I loved it. Cheers.
James, definitely going to be a repeat guest.
Ooh, yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Is it done? That was sick. I enjoyed that. Oh, thank you.